I used to overthink everything I did. Every moment, every little situation, every little choice was a big struggle for me to conquer. Even talking to people for me was a struggle because my inner thoughts screamed at me that I've did something wrong, that I've done a weird finger movement, or I'm staying in a weird shape, or I'm looking stupid or something like that. Until one day I came to the HEMA class for the first time and someone swung a longsword at me. At that moment I didn't really knew what was happening, but my body reacted in some way. Of course, I didn't know how to block an incoming attack at me, but at that moment my nervous system made me focus on something more than the inner thoughts I had. It didn't really matter what was I thinking about the future, about the past, my past mistakes, my challenges I faced or I didn't. At that moment when I sparred for the first time with a longsword, with another human being with a weapon, of course it was a training weapon, my head was cleared out for the moment, of course. But I came to realize that sword fighting, for me at least, was like a meditation. When we still have inner thoughts inside our head telling us that we did something wrong, that we are not worth enough, that we have to eat something in the evening, or we have to go to work, to school tomorrow, we have to do a homework, we have to do chores. But in the moment of fighting, our nervous system reacts with fight or flight effect, if you can call it like that. And in some way it's meditating, because you don't think about things that will happen right after the fight. You have to focus on the opponent that is in front of you. Because if you don't, you just simply get hit to the head, or you just get countered if your footwork or sword attacks are sloppy. People nowadays are stuck inside of their heads all of the time. They can't decide what they're going to do next. They overthink each decision, and that's why they can't act on it. They just forget how to move their body to do the thing they chose to do in their head. I'm the perfect example of this, because I was the kid that was over-analyzing, overreacting inside of my thoughts, of course, about every small decision. Every social interaction was just a huge struggle for me. I used to spend a lot of time numbing myself out in video games to forget that I've said something stupid in one sentence for that girl in that specific day, lesson, or something like that. When you face someone with a real weapon in sword fighting, you stop thinking about things in your head. It's like your thoughts just clear out, because you have to face the opponent, like the enemy that's in front of you with weapon. Because if you don't, if you think about something that is not right here, right now, you'll be hit back. And adding on to this, that's why sword fighting is brutal and fast, because if you make just one mistake, just one, you're already dead. Because if you can focus on the moves, focus on your opponent that is just right here, right now, then you'll be dead. That's why, for me at least, sword fighting is a powerful tool to unwind. Yeah, of course, I soak up in my own sweat, but my thoughts clear out and my body moves to react and focus on the fight that is going on. In an actual sword fight, you start to feel your heartbeat, your focus, your balance, because you have to. If you don't, you just lose. And in the real fight, it will be fatal for you. You start to see the shift from the guy who just thinks about starting sword fighting to the actual person who does it, who's just right now with a sword in his hand. And even if he fails, he does it because he wants to train it. And if that shift excites you, I built a community called From Gamer to Swordsman, where inside I'm building a longsword beginner's course for guys just like you who want to start. Adding on to this, there's a community of guys, of like-minded guys who are on the same path of the sword just like you. So check the link if you want. Presence in sword fighting isn't a luxury, it's a survival. Because if you zone out or you enter your over-analyzing mode, you instantly get hit. And that's why training sword fighting is activating in you fight or flight mode, where you not only just react, you decide to face on the challenge of sword fighting and the opponent. Training sword fighting teaches you to breathe under pressure. It teaches you to not just properly react to your opponent and to the actions he's doing, but to decide what you are going to do. It's something I came up with right now. It's like defusing a bomb with your bare hands, but the bomb is a longsword which is moving. But you can say, wait Michael, how that even helps with the real life? Well, I'm going to tell you. It leaks into it, you just don't see it right away. You training sword fighting, you create a muscle of presence which helps you in your day-to-day life. For example, when someone raises their voice, you don't flinch. When there's pressure in your life, you can handle it at least better than like the last time. When you need to do something quickly with focus, with presence, you can do it. You just didn't know earlier you have it in yourself. You even start to hold your eye contact longer with people, or you stop daydreaming so often. For example, that was a huge problem for me 2-3 years ago. If you've been chasing presence by reading self-help book, watching self-improvement videos, or just meditation, maybe all you need is just sword in your hands. I'm not saying that those things are bad. Well, I'm doing half of it and they help me out. But sword fighting doesn't just sharpen your body. It hones your awareness, your spirit, and the ability of being where it actually matters, right here and right now. And that's why I started From Gamer to Swordsman. For $70 lifetime access, you can enter the not just only the longsword beginner's course that I'm building from scratch with my own experience, but a community of brotherhood where you can be surrounded by people that have the same values, that want to improve themselves by just training longsword. The $70 lifetime access is only for the 10 new members. After that, the price may increase. I don't know yet. So, links below if you're serious about it. And remember, always take the initiative.